All right, guys, I'm sorry I can't be there for our first day of this new unit, but I definitely want to keep us on track. So I'm going to go through our slides and there will be questions along the way for you to answer, and you'll get a score for that as usual. So what we're going to be looking at is biodiversity, and we're going to look at biodiversity in our area in Los Angeles. And I bet you didn't realize that Los Angeles is a biodiversity hotspot, and I'll explain what that means a little bit later in the lesson. But first thing we can think about is the overall question: why is there different biodiversity in different communities? I sort of told you a little while ago, I think last week, that biodiversity is the number of different species of living things in an area. It doesn't necessarily mean that we have a lot of one kind or a lot of living things. It means there's a variety, diversity. So there's a variety of living things, and that variety is different in different areas. Okay? So the first thing that you're going to answer is, what do you think Los Angeles is known for when we think about the living things of Los Angeles? And I'm going to give you a little time to answer that. And then you're going to answer what you think other people might say about the plants and animals of Los Angeles. And I'll give you a little time to brainstorm about that. Now, we're not going to use science notebooks for this entire unit, but you are going to go ahead and answer the questions that you would normally put in a notebook. And so I'm going to have you today answer in the Ed puzzle. We're talking about the land, plants, and animals of Los Angeles, and I'd like to know what you already know about the land, animals, and plants of Los Angeles. Now keep in mind, this is Los Angeles County. So you're in Los Angeles County right now, and almost all of you live in Los Angeles County, but in different areas. So you can be talking about anything you know right around here at Nobel, or right around your home, or most places that you've traveled to, probably within an hour south and maybe a half an hour north of this area is all still Los Angeles. I'm going to show you an urban tree species map, and you're going to have to write down some things that you notice, or type in some things that you notice and some things that you wonder. So let's go ahead and open the map. Let me hide this. And give it a minute to load. So here's that area I was talking about, by the way, of Los Angeles, maybe a lot larger than you think when you're thinking of the city versus the county, and we're talking about the entire county. So that's what is outlined here. And then the colors correspond to tree species. Now remember, this is tree species. So as it says in the upper right-hand corner, tree species richness. So we're talking about the number of species, not necessarily the number of trees. I'm sure there's some relationship there, but we're talking about the number of species. So how many different kinds of trees are there? Notice that the bright green color, lots of variety of trees. And then the brown color, less varieties. Still trees, but less varieties, less species. And then within LA County, where you see the white, you can imagine those might be more buildings and things, right? No trees, maybe desert, maybe treeless mountains. So now I'm going to zoom in a little bit, because again, you're going to have to put a little reflection in a question. So now that you've seen the overall, I want to just zoom in a little bit on this map. Let me see if I can figure out, zoom to, I want to put, maybe I don't know how. Oh, there we go. Okay. So let's zoom in a little. Some city names popping up here. Oh, I'm so sorry, you guys. Oh my goodness gracious. I don't know what I'm doing. There we go. City names. Okay. Now, what I was trying to get is a little more in the neighborhood of our school. Okay. Zooming in a little more as we get toward that area. There's the Van Nuys Airport. Okay. There's CSUN, so you can imagine we're over here, getting close. All right. Northridge Fashion Center, and you can see, so this is our area right here. Okay, I'll give you a moment to go ahead and put down what you notice and what you wonder. Now, the next thing I want to show you is breeding bird diversity map. Okay, so I'll open it up. It's very similar to the tree map. It was made by the same company, same organization, I should say. So remember, we're still talking about diversity. So we're talking about number of species. This map measures the different bird species richness. So how many different species are there? The darkest blue is a lot of variety of birds. And then the lighter blue, less variety of birds. And finally, the grayed out areas are the smallest variety of different kinds of birds. Okay, here again, LA County. I'm just kind of going slowly so that you can reflect. And I will go ahead and zoom in. Move it over a little so that we stay on our area. There's San Fernando. Give it a minute. There's Van Nuys Airport, landmark. CSUN. Go one more zoom. All right, Tampa and Plummer right there. Okay. So zooming out again. Okay. So again, what do you notice and what do you wonder? So now I'm going to give you a moment to write down or type in what you noticed or what new information you learned from that clip, and if you have any wonderings about that as well. Now, here's the assignment I was referring to when I asked you to take pictures around your home over the weekend. If you were not able to take pictures, I realize not everyone in the universe has a camera or a phone with a camera. So if you weren't able to take pictures, if you have any ideas of living things you know you've seen around your home, you can absolutely incorporate those. You can search up pictures, okay, to go ahead and put into your assignment. So there's a link. You can, obviously in this presentation, there's a link to this presentation in Schoology for you, and you could go back and look at those data maps if you wanted. But you can also click the link in the presentation on the very last slide in order to access the assignment. When you click the list or click the link, what's going to happen is you're going to be forced to make a copy of a document of a Google slide. So you go ahead and click make a copy. And this is where you'll paste your images that you took over the weekend and answer the prompts. So the top part, I believe, is for, what land, plants, and animals that you've seen in your neighborhood. And then the bottom part is for any questions you have about those. So if you took pictures, you can literally just put the pictures. If you weren't able to take pictures, you could import pictures or you could type words as well. Okay? Once you're finished with this assignment, you'll click the share button in the upper right-hand corner, and you'll make sure that you switch it to either LAUSD or anyone with the link. And once you've done that, you'll copy the link, and that's what you'll turn in to